Hey, good morning guys, what's going on? It's Mac here from Cryptstar Staking, your #1 source of DeFi crypto news on the tube. And today I do have another wonderful video. I'm going to introduce you guys to an awesome blockchain DAG protocol called Kaspa blockchain. Now, I know I say blockchain, but it is actually a DAG, and if you didn't know what a DAG is, it is a direct acyclical graph. And in today's video, I'm going to cover a little bit about what a DAG is, but I've talked about it in previous videos. You guys know I'm a big fan of LF0, and that is also a DAG protocol. Basically, just think about it as the evolution of blockchain. A lot of other DAGs have come around in the past, but they've had issues with scalability, and the tech just hasn't quite been there. But as of recent, a lot of different protocols have been utilizing DAG, and they've been working very, very well, and it's increased the efficiency of the blockchain, well, the blockchain sort of family, to exponential levels in regards to block time as well as throughput. So let's go ahead and talk about Kaspa. As usual, if you guys can go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notifications bell if you want all of the latest up-to-date information on cryptocurrencies, as well as let's go ahead and follow me on Twitter. I made a comparison video between Kaspa and some other blockchains. So if you guys want to find out more information and kind of compare Kaspa to other cryptocurrencies, please hit me up on Twitter. Let me know if you guys also want me to do any videos or anything like that on Twitter. Just tag me there. It's a great place to go ahead and get in contact with me. Now let's go ahead and jump right into today's video. So today we're going to be talking about Kaspa. Like I mentioned, it is a proof of work cryptocurrency which implements the Phantom Ghost DAG protocol. Unlike traditional blockchains, Ghost DAG does not orphan blocks created in parallel, rather allows them to coexist and orders them in consensus. So take a look at the sort of blockchain. A normal blockchain is like 1 2 1 2, like just kind of goes in parallel, but you can see here now here they have blocks that are created sort of 1 2 3 all created at the same time, and they kind of go and branch off from each other. So it's quite different. It allows for a much faster block time than a normal blockchain. That's pretty much all you need to know about DAG. Now, Phantom Ghost DAG and also DAG Knight, all this stuff it's a little very complicated. I'm not going to dive too deep into it here. Basically, just think of it as like some of the Ethereum white paper, trying to dive into that. There's a lot of complicated stuff, and for a normal user, you don't need to understand most of it, but you do need to realize that the person that worked on the DAG Knight protocol was Jonathan Somplavinsky, and he is a very renowned sort of blockchain developer in the crypto world. So he helped, I think it was the Ethereum white paper. He helped out with various other protocols throughout the whole cryptoverse. He's extremely famous, I guess you could say, mathematician and blockchain developer. So you can see here he's created a very elaborate diagrams and stuff. I have no idea what most of this stuff is, so I'm not going to dive deep into it. But basically what it is it is a protocol that prevents a 51% attack on the blockchain itself. So this kind of calculations that they make here, basically what it is to prevent any attack vectors from being able to make an attack on the DAG protocol. In the past, they had issues with this on IOTA. Basically, that was the scalability issue, was because a lot of the tokens were owned by certain people, or the miners or whatever. There's a lot of issues with it. So now with the DAG protocol, with the Ghost DAG protocol or DAG Knight protocol, they're able to go ahead and fix a lot of the issues that previous DAGs have had. So Kaspa is a community project. It's open source. There's no central governance, no business model. So in this case, like I said, think Bitcoin, Litecoin, Monero, Grin, and Kaspa. So there's no other. This isn't a proof of stake. This isn't a competitor to LF0. This isn't a competitor to Tezos. It's a straight competitor to Bitcoin, or an alternative to Bitcoin and Litecoin and Monero and all that stuff. So Litecoin, I think was a branch off of Bitcoin. It's like an updated branch of Bitcoin. Kaspa is like a super updated version of Litecoin. Monero is a privacy enhanced sort of Bitcoin. And then you got Kaspa here. I don't know what Grin is, so I have to take a look into that, see what that is exactly. Okay, Kaspa was created by DAG Labs. So what makes Kaspa different from any other cryptocurrency project? So far, Kaspa is the only coin which achieves scalable throughput and intermediate confirmations based on simple POW principles alone. The simplicity of Kaspa protocol makes it provably secure, which could not be said for any other POS coin. Which basically they're saying that other POS coins could be taken over by a crap ton of ASIC miners that team together and decide to fork Bitcoin, something like that. Kaspa is able to achieve the high performance and with the fundamental rudimentary base layer coding and well understood tools. At the core, it is a very gentle and not fancy generalization of the Nakamoto consensus. So it's very simple, very secure, and it's a competitor to Bitcoin. Okay, so it's extremely fast as well. It's like 1 second block time. So if you're going to go ahead and purchase things on, say, websites like Amazon or AliExpress or other websites that take Bitcoin, it's much faster to go ahead and use Kaspa, and it's also much more secure. Okay, and when it's faster, it means it takes less time. So I think that's the kind of the end user bonus. All right. So let's take a look at one big thing about Kaspa that I think that a lot of people overlook, and that's why I want to make this video kind of special, is that Kaspa is very much focused on future-proofing the proof of work concept. So proof of work and proof of stake, they've been in battle for a long time. Proof of stake, one of the issues is that there's so many huge stakeholders that own a huge majority of the blockchain that they can kind of manipulate the price or manipulate the blocks as well, only allow blocks in that they like, and that's open to censorship in the future. So this is one big problem with proof of stake that a lot of proof of work maxis have kind of pushed for a very long time. But the one issue that they have with proof of work is that it's not very energy efficient. Okay, so you go from CPU mining, which is it's good in the beginning, but once you get past the initial stages, it becomes open to massive amounts of manipulation with regards to block formation. So CPUs are really easy to come by. You can go ahead and put a lot of CPUs into mining blocks and then get the majority of the block rewards. Whereas when you add GPU miners, it raises the barrier to entry to block creation, and then once it gets big enough, you introduce ASIC miners, and that increases the barrier even more. But then you run into issues where, oh, Bitcoin is using 1% of the world's energy to go ahead and produce, produce blocks for their blockchain. And you have all these issues. But one big thing that Jonathan Somlinski, which is one of the leaders of DAG Labs, like I said, he worked on the white paper for, I believe, Ethereum, and he's been involved in many other cryptocurrency projects. He takes a focus on moving from ASICs to another sort of optical proof of work, which optical proof of work is basically like taking the CapEx expenditures you'd have to spend on ASIC miners. It's going to still cost a lot to buy this technology, but it's going to basically be much more energy efficient. So in this regards, it's kind of like you could buy a normal CPU from Intel, or you can buy an M1 chip from Apple. This M1 chip is going to be extremely expensive, but it's going to be much more energy efficient and much faster and much more useful than a normal Intel chip. Okay, that's just kind of a basic general comparison for those of you guys who are not super technically savvy. I think that's the easiest way to kind of understand it. The optical proof of work is going to use, I think, photons as opposed to just energy. So it's going to use photons to go ahead and confirm block transactions and run the actual miner itself. So I'm not going to dive into the technological aspects of it, but let's just say that their team, the core team that is developing Kaspa, is looking very deeply into the next step after ASIC mining, which will be this optical proof of work. Okay, and you guys can take a look. I'll leave an article from Cornell University regarding optical proof of work, and I believe that this is one thing that will set Kaspa apart in the future. And once they actually create a chip that can mine Kaspa, optical proof of work chip, then I think that Kaspa could take off quite a bit. Okay, so there's like I said, the Nakamoto consensus, the DAG Night protocol. This is a parameterless generalization of the Nakamoto consensus. This was created by Jonathan Somlinski, and it basically talks about different attack vectors on the DAG protocol, and then how that compares with the original Nakamoto consensus model. Okay, so it's very, very complicated right here, so you guys can take a look at that if you want. I'm not going to dive into deep details. Here it talks about the Phantom Ghost DAG. Okay. It talks about how the DAG blocks are created and the DAG mining protocol. So you can actually mine Kaspa quite easily just straight from their wallet. If you download it on their website here, they have the Kaspa wallet you can download onto your PC, and you can actually just mine it directly from your PC. I don't believe if you have an M1 Mac you cannot mine it, but if you have just a normal Intel Mac, you can actually still CPU mine Kaspa if you're mining to a pool. But you're not going to earn that much, but I mean, you might as well run it. If you're running the wallet, you might as well, get some rewards from it. If you do have a GPU miner, I believe this KDX wallet can also do GPU mining, or you can just look up one of the other various Kaspa miners out there. There's a lot of them. So the wallets I recommend, I wouldn't recommend the mobile web wallet. This is not quite as secure as one of these hardware wallets. Down here you have Tangem or OneKey. I did a video on Tangem. You can see a link in the description if you want to learn more about Tangem. And also, I also have a promo code for that, so you guys can get $10 off of the Tangem wallet if you go ahead and purchase using my promo code. It does give me a little kickback as well, so support the channel. It's much appreciated, guys. And then you have OneKey. OneKey is a really nice hardware wallet as well. Okay, I definitely do not recommend the KDX wallet for the average user. You have to download the whole wallet and do all this stuff. So if you're planning to get deep into Kaspa and start mining it, I think you could use the desktop wallet or the mobile. I wouldn't use this. I wouldn't use the Kaspa web mobile wallet, but I would use Tangem wallet. It's very easy to go ahead and transfer your Kaspa tokens there. And OneKey, I would definitely recommend that. Change Finance, I'm going to do a video on this later, but it's actually like a sort of a banking application on your phone. It's really cool. It's a layer 3, so it's not necessarily a base layer bank, but yeah. Kaspa exchanges, basically ignore all of these except for maybe Kucoin and Mex Global. I do like TaxBit, but there's just not enough volume to really buy anything at a decent price on it. So I would recommend Kucoin and Mex Global. You can buy $100 to $1,000 without any issue of too much slippage. So definitely the best place to buy Kaspa. Taking a look at a price, this is one thing that has me really bullish on Kaspa, is that it has managed to pump quite a bit during the bear market. You can see it pumped in March, which was, well, it was right after like the bear market rally I think we had for Bitcoin. And right now we're sitting right about 16 cents, or sorry, 1.6 cents. And it did come up all the way from 0.002, which is a nice, what is that, 5, 6, 7x gain. 7x gain from there to there. And then it went all the way up to here, so it was about almost a 14, 15, 16, 17x all the way up there from the lows here. And you could have gotten before it was even listed on Mex Global. You could have been mining it back in like September, October time frame and been making a crap ton of Kaspa, and then you'd be sitting in massive profits up here just from mining it. But I still think it's really early for Kaspa. It's only, I think, what is it, $250 million market cap. So it's still maybe $300 million market cap. It's still a pretty young blockchain. So compared to sort of other blockchains like Solana or something, if it gets up there, $8 billion market cap, it's still got a 1, 2, 3 times 8 is about 24x gains if it goes up to Solana. I believe it could quite easily compete with Solana. Well, it's not going to compete directly with Solana because, like I said, it's a Bitcoin competitor and a Litecoin competitor. It's not a smart contract competitor. They do have plans to maybe launch smart contracts on layer 2, but I don't think it's going to be launched on the main network itself. They're focusing more on keeping it simple for the main network. But anyways, I think the price, yeah, I could definitely do a 16x from here. Not sure about 100x, but it's possible depending on how the whole blockchain market goes over the next couple of years. If Bitcoin, the market cap goes up, then of course everything else will go up as well. So it could do up to maybe a 40x from here, okay? Maybe 100x depending on how crazy the Fed prints money, right? So it really depends on the American government and the treasuries and all that, and the Federal Reserve mostly. But we'll see what happens, guys. I'm really bullish on this personally. I really like the idea of the Ghost DAG and the Phantom Ghost DAG and the DAGNet protocol. I think the team is doing a really good job trying to keep it decentralized and focusing also on the optical proof of work, which I think is a really cool concept. I'm going to dive deeper into that hopefully in a future video. Anyways, guys, that's it for the video today. Of course, if you guys like this video, go ahead and make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment below what you guys want my next video to be. And I want to see you guys in the next episode. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.